was like, oh, okay. I got you. And so I wasn't in a rush to get here, as you could see, until I had popped on YouTube, and I was like, let me check the algorithm real quick. Let me see if anybody can give me a little pressure. Hey. Happy Sunday. Happy March. Y'all, I saw Wolves in Finance. I said, uh-oh. Gotta put a little pep in my step. I get there. I said, Wolves in Finance dropped. Because I don't know what's going on in Iran. Don't get me lying.
Do you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now?
I don't know.
Well, forget about AI, quantum computing, electric vehicles, cryptocurrency.
Let me see. I don't know. Y'all don't get me lying. I don't know what's going on.
I have uncovered some new information about who allegedly shot Charlie Kirk.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's not Tyler Robinson.
Oh, look. That's how you starting off the video? Say it again for the people in the back, because I don't think that the people who just got here, I don't think they heard you. Glad to hear it. Look, happy early Monday. It's right around the corner. Thank you. Hello. Castillo.
I have uncovered some new information about who allegedly shot
Hello, Ethan.
Kirk. And it's not Tyler Robinson.
How did he get this information? And how did he know it's not Tyler? Look at Tyler, Lord.
I've spent a lot.
This video 47 minutes. Let me get him a thumbs up before I get started. Look at this video. I'm glad I bought a snack. I'm glad I bought a snack, because I didn't even see that. Thank you. It's a robe, Ethan. It's a robe. I'm glad I bought a snack. 47 minutes. Okay. All right. Well, he said that it ain't Tyler. Tell us who it is. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you.
I'm researching what happened.
Okay.
And I think what most people do not understand about this case
Sure.
is how far
Indeed.
down
Thank you.
this rabbit hole goes. So get ready. We're going to go max.
Uh-oh, and he's talking about going max. He watched Candace. He wait for a shout out. Because, you know, Baron got a shout out, and Niecy. Let's go.
Let me start with the biggest problem.
No, stop. They have shut me out. That'd be so irritating. Yes, resume. No. I was trying to say bye to Ethan. You didn't have to do me like that. You see, I was trying to say bye to Ethan. Ethan heard bye, happy Monday. I'm like, come on, YouTube, please. We're just trying to have a successful Monday. I try.
Of the Charlie Kirk
I'm
investigation.
trying to see what happened.
We all started with the assumption that he was an innocent victim. He was a martyr. He could do no wrong.
Oh.
I think we all made the wrong assumption.
Wait a minute. Well, I don't know him. I still don't know him. I didn't know him then. I don't know him now. I don't know. Well, this is going to be interesting. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Here's the issue. We are now at a tipping point where we have uncovered so many shady things that were going on around Charlie Kirk.
For sure. Okay.
It looks like there was so much wrongdoing that it is unbelievable that Charlie Kirk was unaware of at least some of what was going on.
Unaware. I thought he had just found out.
Shady things in the financials of Turning Point.
Allegedly. Yeah.
There were violations of election laws.
Ooh.
Allegedly.
Ooh.
There were strange connections between the staff at Turning Point and Fort Huachuca. Allegedly. There was Erica Kirk's strange past. Allegedly.
That ain't no alleged. If it's strange, it's strange. She made it strange when she got up that line. I didn't date anybody.
There was just too much going on that I no longer believe Charlie Kirk was an innocent victim.
Oh, no.
He was a genius.
Oh,
You can tell that he was brilliant by just watching him speak.
okay.
Well, he cannot be both a genius and completely unaware of what was going on around him.
Well, isn't that typically how it works with geniuses? You know, like, what's that word that I'm looking for? What's that word when you're naive? You know, like,
How could he not figure some of this stuff out?
no, remember, he did figure some of it out. Hence the reason why he had sent a memo out. Let me cut this flashlight off. Remember, he sent the memo out and it was like, Doge is coming, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this missing $10 million, allegedly.
I think he not only knew about some of these alleged criminal activities, he was also involved at some level.
Whoa. Say allegedly.
And that changes the entire story about what happened on the day that he was murdered.
Does
In a
it?
previous video, I talked about Fort Huachuca.
Yes.
This is where they have the U.S. Army Intelligence Center of Excellence.
Yes.
I want to talk about this further.
I'm gonna give the pistachios a break. Trust me. I don't know why I do that. Let me just shift. I bought another snack. Let me shift. Move on, man. Goodness.
I'm going to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
And stay with me because this all leads back to Charlie Kirk's murder.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going to go through some of the conspiracy theories of the last decade and try to pull out what is fact and what is fiction. I showed this photo in one of my previous videos.
Who is that?
This is Charlie Kirk and Tyler Boyer in 2017, allegedly, at the inauguration night party at the Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C.
What's that sign that they throwing up? Put a one in the chat if you know what that sign is. Because both of them is holding it up. You know, when they do that. What is that?
They are making these weird hand signals.
Okay, see? Am I tripping? Oh, no, I'm not tripping. He brought it up way before I did. Technically after me, but still. Let me just eat. I bought a snack. I'm on to the muffin. I'm gonna give the... I said that and I still grabbed another one. Let me move them over here out of the way. They're so tempting. Lightly salted. Please go.
This is generally accepted as the hand sign for okay.
Oh, okay.
But many of you have messaged me that that hand sign is also known to be used by Freemasons and the Illuminati.
Hold on. Let me... Oh, she loud. Oh, I should have bought a straw. The Illuminati do this? Does the Illuminati do this? We don't even know what the hell the Illuminati is. It's secrets. Give me a second. Isn't it? I think oh God. That slurping is worse than the pistachios. I'm gonna get it together. It's 47 minutes. We have to get through this. What is the Illuminati? Shall we go down that rabbit hole? To try to... I don't think I have enough peanut butter. I'm running out. Ooh. Let's see what I can do. What is the Illuminati? Should I ask Google? Let me see if she'll tell me. Okay. Not illumination, honey. Illuminati. Okay. Refers to various groups. The Bavarian Illuminati. Hold on, cause she... Let me fix her. A secret society founded in 1776 by Adam, whoever that is. This organization aimed to promote Enlightenment ideals such as reason and secularism. opposing religious and political oppression. There's political oppression? God, don't get me started. The term Illuminati has become synonymous with numerous conspiracy theories, often linked to global power dynamics and secretive influence in world events. Okay, Bavarian Illuminati was established in Germany somewhere and sought to promote rational thought and free inquiry. Okay, but today the Illuminati is often referenced in conspiracy theories involving various global elites, suggesting they manipulate world events for their own benefit. These theories frequently connect the Illuminati to other groups or events. Aye, aye, Captain. Don't distract me. These theories frequently connect the Illuminati to other groups or events, such as Okay. Child, like you don't know what the Illuminati is.
Symbolizes the all-seeing eye.
Okay.
I started looking into this. It's actually very strange. There are a lot of bizarre photos out.
Everybody just be doing it, especially over the eye. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Give me a second.
Of celebrities and important people posing for photographs.
What's that? What's her name? What is her name? We know Tyra Banks. Hold on, I ain't gonna know everybody.
A lot of bizarre photos out there of celebrities and important.
Who is this? Who is this? She's like right there on the tip of my tongue. Remember she had said she had got stuck in Africa or somewhere. She was on Dr. Phil. What's the chick? I can't think of her name. Let it go.
Posing for photographs and flashing this hand sign. Now, I don't know about you, but I have never in my life posed for a photo while flashing this hand sign. Am I the only person who thinks this is strange? What is going on with all of these people taking these photos? Are they being told to do this by the Illuminati? We don't know.
Is that Beyonce?
But I think it's kind of strange. Now, recently, I was playing a video game with my friends.
Look at Drake. I looked like I saw Cynthia. The pictures was flashing too quick. I should have.
This happened.
Look at Tower.
But yeah, I pretty much I've just started just drinking mostly water.
He's a gamer?
I don't know.
How the hell you just started drinking water? What kind of foolishness is that? Look, with his glass.
It's always a good idea, especially in like a dry environment like Arizona is, where I'm at. It's always important to stay hydrated.
He's trying to act like he just discovered water like today. What the hell was you drinking before this? I don't understand. I'm confused.
Did you see that? I flashed the same sign.
Wow.
Now, I swear I was not trying to send any bizarre secret message. That was just an inadvertent hand movement. I didn't even realize I was doing it.
Right.
So I do admit that it is possible that someone can randomly make this hand sign.
Sure.
But here's the difference.
Over the
I was not posing for a photograph.
Oh,
These guys are posing with this hand sign. And it's not just one person, they are both doing it. This is intentional. The more I look at this photograph, the more I realize how bizarre and creepy it is. It's even more strange in the context of this being the inauguration party for Donald Trump.
Oh, look at Melania. Oh my God. Look at that blue with them damn gloves. Oh my God. And how it's draped over like that. Oh, I wonder what shoe she had on. She's so damn.
Like they're sending a message to a secret society as if to say, mission accomplished. Keep in mind that Tyler Boyer proudly states in his bio on the Turning Point website how he is a seventh-generation Arizonan. He comes from a powerful Mormon family. So it is not unreasonable to think that he is getting involved with Freemasons even at a young age. This photograph suggests to me that both Charlie Kirk and Tyler Boyer were part of some secret society from the beginning. What is also important is that this photograph happened before Candace Owens started working for Turning Point. This photograph was taken in January 2017. Candace started working at Turning Point in November 2017. Candace Owens has been doing the most thorough investigation into Charlie Kirk's death. She says this.
Yeah, Kanye sent this now infamous tweet. I love the way Candace Owens thinks. I believe, and I'm saying this retrospectively, that from that moment onward, Charlie and I were assigned handlers. Okay, this is an expression that Kanye used to say, have a handler. I thought that he was just saying that. I thought that he was referring to just Hollywood. I now very much believe that I have had handlers since 2018. And that things were done intentionally to pull me and Charlie apart.
What Candace Owens does not realize is that there is a growing possibility that her handler was Charlie Kirk himself.
Oh. No fucking way, bro. No fucking way. The theory is like, ooh, damn, that's deep.
If Charlie Kirk was already involved in a secret society in 2017, it is likely that he was given the task of keeping an eye on Candace Owens.
Interesting. You two gonna show out tomorrow for Monday. Everybody gonna be talking, ooh. That's such an interesting theory.
I think that Charlie Kirk was a double agent from the beginning.
He dropping them bombs. God, I'm glad I got me something to eat. Let me get some water.
Candace has released a bunch of text messages between the two. Charlie Kirk says, "Are you ready for the war that's coming? We gonna fight, we gonna win, they will lose." Candace responds, "So effing exciting." Charlie says, "Yes." Candace is not gonna like me saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I think it's the truth. In my opinion, those text messages read like Charlie Kirk is trying to groom Candace Owens to become part of their secret operation. It did not work out because Candace Owens is really bad at taking orders from people.
Amen. Amen.
For some reason, she's just not good at following orders.
Amen. They just hit different.
Cesar Millan, how to add years to your dog's life.
It hit different.
Sardines.
9.
Bone broth.
10.
Raw eggs blended with the shells.
9.
Turmeric.
7, if you can get...
I don't think she would do very well in the military. And we know the rest of the story. Candace Owens left Turning Point, and the rest is history.
Ooh, I'm talking about
The bottom line is this photograph exists, and there has to be an explanation for it.
Okay.
And if you think I've gone off the deep end, hold on, because there's a whole lot
Oh
more.
my God. I didn't bring enough peanut butter for this. Let me see. I don't have that many graham crackers left, but still. I got a ration now. Go.
Charlie Kirk was murdered on September 10th, 2025. On October 19th, 2025, I made a video on my working theory of what actually happened.
Missed it. I ain't
My
even
initial-
on my algorithm back then. Charlie, you wasn't even on my algorithm back then. Back in October.
Action was that the intelligence community was somehow involved.
Okay.
I saw too many similarities with the JFK assassination, which many people now believe involved people within the CIA.
And you gotta also understand this was no camera phone back then, so we don't know who was told to catch that footage. The same with 9/11. The same with 9/11. Thank you for the thumbs up, you guys.
I published that video 1 month after the murder. We now know so much more information, and I want to update my working theory.
Go.
I now believe that in the U.S., there's a growing conflict going on between the different intelligence agencies.
Oh.
In the U.S., you have the national intelligence agencies like the CIA. Then each branch of the military has their own intelligence. CIA headquarters is in Langley, Virginia, which is only 8 miles from downtown Washington, D.C. The CIA tends to lean Democrat. We know this because of their involvement in scandals like the Russian collusion hoax during Hillary Clinton's election and the hoax about the Hunter Biden laptop during Joe Biden's election.
I guess Hunter went mute. I don't know where he at, but I think he went mute again.
Both of those situations, the CIA used their power to try to swing the presidential election for the Democrats. The military is different. They are spread out on bases throughout the country, and they tend to lean Republican.
Uh-oh.
Now imagine this scenario. Military intelligence is sitting there, watching the CIA commit crimes during the Russian collusion hoax.
Okay.
We now understand that Obama directed the CIA to produce the 2017 ICA using the unreliable Steele dossier to claim Russia helped Trump win.
Okay.
Military intelligence is watching this and thinking, if the CIA is breaking the law to try to get their candidate to win,
Why can't we?
we're going to do the same thing. If you think this is not possible, do you know who convinced Donald Trump to run for president when he...
Check out that dress. Check out my girl dress. Ooh, that white. Look at Donald Trump staring at that little booty.
It's the first time in 2015.
Look at that. Who?
It was someone from the military. We know this because Trump said it himself in a speech.
2015, I sat with Joe at a dinner, and believe it or not, I was getting a big award from the Marine.
Because this is loud. I didn't bring the scissors. I had them in my pocket at one point. Ooh, this is loud. Let me just open up these two while I'm here. This is why I bring scissors. Just come on. You're so loud. Scoot back. I'm in no place. Just Palm City.
And Joe was presenting the awards, and I had no even thought of running for president.
Who is Joe?
And I said to my wife and family, look at that guy. He's a great-looking guy, isn't he? It's like Central Casting. He's like right out of Hollywood. But he made the great presentation that night, and I got to talk to him because I sat with him and Ellen and his son Patrick.
Uh-oh.
And I was asking Joe lots of questions about the military. He said, you really enjoy this, don't you? I said, well, I just love our country. It's very important to me. I love our country. I said, I don't know. What do you think? Should I give it a shot? This was before it was public. He was one of the first people I asked. I said, what do you think? You think I'd have a shot? If I get it, we're going to rebuild that military. It's going to be stronger than ever before. And he helped me form an opinion. He gave me a lot of information, and he has ever since. So for that, I want to thank you and Ellen, and I want to thank Patrick. I hope I got his name right. It's a long time ago, but I think his name was Patrick, right? Did I do good?
Oh my goodness.
This is the story Trump tells. In 2015, he had no idea he was going to run for president.
Right.
He was at this dinner for the Marines, and he was approached by Joseph Dunford. Joseph Dunford was the commandant of the Marine Corps, which is the highest-ranking officer for the Marines. He became the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff under the end of Obama's term and the beginning of Trump's. This military man told Donald Trump something at this dinner that convinced him to run for president. Joseph Dunford's background is interesting. Senior-level Marines typically attend the Marine Corps War College. Joseph Dunford did not attend the Marine Corps War College. Instead, he attended the U.S. Army War College. That means that his personal network included a lot of people from the Army. You are going to see that the U.S. Army is a recurring theme in this video. So Donald Trump starts to run for president against Hillary Clinton. And this happened during the debates.
And that's why 10 people who have had that awesome responsibility have come out and in an unprecedented way said they would not trust Donald Trump with the nuclear codes or to have his finger on the nuclear button.
I have 200 generals and admirals, 21 endorsing me.
Donald Trump said that he was endorsed by 200 generals and admirals.
Right now, as you watch this, your brain is being hijacked. You think you're in control. But there's a back door to your mind that 99% of people don't know exists. In 1914,
This was a strange comment to make. He made this claim multiple times during the campaign, but never produced a list of the 200 generals and admirals. In fact, he produced a list of only 88 endorsements by generals and admirals. The media had a field day with this, and they claimed that Donald Trump was lying. I don't think that's what happened.
I'm trying to figure out what that means. What's that YH at the beginning? I can't quite puzzle the sentence together to try to like understand what you're trying to say or what you meant to say. I don't know, John.
I think that he was endorsed by these generals in secret, and only 88 wanted to endorse him publicly. But it sounds to me like he was getting additional support behind the scenes from the military. I want to go back to this image that I showed in a previous video. This is the emblem for the 110th Military Intelligence Brigade.
Don't start. Don't start. Not 110 LLC. Ah, shit.
Gold and Oriental blue are the official colors of military intelligence. Now I'm going to show you Donald Trump's inauguration speech in January 2017.
Okay.
Do you notice that the person standing behind Donald Trump is wearing the colors of military intelligence?
Okay.
Today's ceremony, however, has very special meaning. Because today, we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another, or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
Now, the crowd is eating this up, but I think it is significant that the person standing behind Donald Trump's shoulder during his inauguration speech is military intelligence. Then in 2017, the DoD spends $2.4 million to lease space in Trump Tower. Now, I know that the president needs extra security, but this seems a little extreme, given that Trump barely spent any time at Trump Tower during his presidency. Someone who is key to understanding what is going on is the comedian Roseanne Barr.
Oh, Roseanne. I don't know how I didn't recognize her. Maybe that was, what is this with these braids? And this do-rag. Child, this is what happened when shall I say? We know how that melanin he did for him. Because, oh my goodness. Is that a robe? Let me see how she talking. Because if she talking different, uh-oh.
Earthlings and humans and others and any members of the animal kingdom who like to tune in because they love my voice. They understand that finally a voice of intelligence has pierced this realm of bullshit.
Oh.
Welcome to the Roseanne Barr podcast.
Now, she is known for saying some controversial things.
Oh.
A lot of people laugh her off because she is a comedian.
Sure.
I think we should have all taken Roseanne a little bit more seriously. She has a podcast where she interviewed Derek Johnson. Derek Johnson is a pretty extreme conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
His theory is that Donald Trump was a military plant. He believes that Joe Biden was executed and replaced with a body double, and that
Wouldn't we have heard that if Trump got them damn pants like that? If Biden had gotten executed, wouldn't we have heard about that? I feel like Hunter would have told us that.
Trump has been the president this whole time.
Wow.
That sounds pretty wild.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, they say some pretty interesting things in this interview.
Who?
They don't realize they think military is a part of the government. It's not. It's a separate entity.
Okay, so just to stop you here, because this is really good information. It's your theory, right, that everything happening now the last 3.5 years Biden is president is actually a military operation conducted and controlled and ran by Donald Trump. Donald Trump, who's still the commander-in-chief, right?
And I would say it, too, is this. That first portion, yes.
Okay.
When I say commander-in-chief, I want people to realize that you never – so it's a wartime president. Is that your
Right.
term?
Okay.
Well, I
So
want
we-
you to start here. Wait.
Well, yeah.
He'll answer it. But you said a line was drawn in the sand in 2016. What was that line?
But April 2016, Special Operations Command put out a publication. And inside that publication, it's got a diagram in there. And I tell people, I joke about the old pyramid schemes. You know, I used to have buddies that were getting pyramid schemes in college, and they get you the first time.
For sure.
He is correct that something strange did happen in 2016.
The thing we hear over and over and over again is, why do I need a deodorant for private parts? I can just take a shower. So we put Mando to the test and compared it to a shower alone. This is the odor score, 0 to 10. 0 being no odor at all, and 10 being the worst odor that can possibly be on a human body. All participants in this study started at 0 out of 10. The first group of people were the people that didn't apply Mando at all. By hour 12, they were actually somewhere up in the 6 to 5 range. If you do not apply a deodorant to your private parts and you just rely on a shower to keep you odor-free, you're gonna be at a 5 or 6 after 12 hours. Now, the group of people that applied Mando after showering also started at 0, but 12 hours later, 0 odor. So why do you need a deodorant for your private parts? This is why.
The U.S. Army published this document, the Unconventional Warfare Pocket Guide. This was published during Donald Trump's first election campaign. This guide contains something called Toro diagram.
Let me see if I can screenshot it and because I can't read it. Pocket diagram. Let me see if I can see what she talking about. One of them lines is gonna be off. Just because it's on top of the. Where is it? Hold on, I gotta find it. Okay, I'll see. Hold on. I'm gonna see. So maybe I could zoom in or something. Hold on. Is that negotiated settlement? International strategic communications. I'm starting at the top. Minor military and paramilitary actions. It's so blurry. I may have to screenshot it on my phone and blow it up. Let me let him finish.
It shows different techniques on how to conduct unconventional warfare.
Okay.
The Pocket Guide describes this as unconventional warfare is the support to a resistance movement.
Okay.
The idea is to use covert operations to achieve political power. This is a whole list of things you can do to influence a population. And you should note that this list includes assassination. Now, I want to be clear about what is legal here. It is legal for the U.S. to assassinate someone as long as it is part of an official military operation if they can justify that national security is at risk. For instance, assassinating an al-Qaeda leader in Afghanistan was considered legal as part of the U.S. war on terror. This was all explained in the official Department of Defense Law of War manual. So in certain circumstances, assassination is legal. But I think anyone would have a hard time justifying that the assassination of an American citizen like Charlie Kirk would be for national security. Something like that should be prosecuted as murder in a court of law. The U.S. Army actually published a number of publications about the Soro diagram during the same time period. Here's another example from an article in 2017 in Special Warfare, which is a professional journal of U.S. Army Special Forces, also published out of Fort Bragg. So we have multiple publications of the Soro diagram in U.S. Army documents around 2016 to 2017. This was clearly a topic of conversation within the Army at this time. The question we should be asking ourselves is why? Were they using unconventional warfare against the American people?
President Trump's the face of the operation. Beautifully because of this. He was an outsider. And then he also had a military background as he went to a military academy. And I know some veterans struggle with that, but whatever. He was a school where he was sent off. He didn't go home every day, like sent off.
He knows better than the average.
Right, he knows better than the average. He's also a brilliant businessman in other manners, and some people are going to argue with that, but
And
whatever.
builder.
But a builder. Innovative. He knows a lot of people all over the world. And then the people who argue with that, well, that's just whatever. There's always going to be resistance somewhere.
We can argue about whether Derek Johnson has his facts right about Joe Biden's body double and those other specifics. But I think his general concept is a legitimate question.
Okay.
Has there been a covert military operation going on since 2016?
I don't know. I never thought about it until you brought it up. I had no reason to even think about it until you brought it up. It's an interesting little theory you got here. I'm all ears. I'm all ears.
That is a big question. Were people in the military trying to influence the U.S. election to benefit Donald Trump? And was Turning Point and Charlie Kirk a part of this military operation all the way back in 2016, even before Candace Owens started working for Turning Point? Roseanne Barr also went on the Tim Pool podcast and said this.
I'll start from the beginning. First, we can talk about the
I believe
NDAA
that they
indefinite
were
detention
all.
authorization.
I believe that they were all arrested.
Oh no.
I believe that they took
no, here we go.
everybody out.
Here we go. Oh, no. Never
and
happened.
that they're playing their parts, and that we're going to see military tribunals by
That's
the end
never
of
gonna
this
happen.
year. I believe it.
You want about another 1,000? So the military tribunals will be public?
They already have happened.
Will they
and
be public
will-
by the end of the year?
Yes.
You want about another $1,000? Roseanne, I like.
$1,000 on that too.
Okay, so
She says that high-level officials have already been arrested and had military tribunals. She was wrong in her statement because it has never been made public. But did military tribunals happen? We really don't know. What she is calling tribunals could have just been backroom meetings where they pull in powerful people and tell them, we know what crimes you have committed. You either go along with our plan or spend the rest of your life in prison. You could call those meetings tribunals. You could call them whatever you want. But I would not be surprised if those meetings happened.
There are a lot of things we don't know about. There's a lot of things the government is doing we don't
There's
know
nothing
about.
I don't know about, honey. I am a nosy old Jewish woman, and I can get in anywhere. You know what? One thing is,
Roseanne, you're gonna have to stop cutting people off, my love. Just wait for that pocket.
One thing is when you're as famous and damn good looking as me, Tim, I can stick my nose in anybody's business. I know how. I'm a grandmother, and I have stuck my nose in the thick of it this time.
In my opinion, I do not believe that Roseanne has all of her facts correct. But it sounds to me like she's talking to someone. She says that she used her fame to get in contact with a high-level military official who is telling her that something is going on behind the scenes in the military to influence the election of Donald Trump. Given everything that has been happening, I think we need to find out who Roseanne Barr is talking to. In a shocking development, Roseanne does not agree with Candace Owens about what happened during Charlie Kirk's death.
Yeah, what's your take on Candace Owens?
Monster.
Monster.
If I see the bitch, I'll knock her the fuck out.
Roseanne, settle down, ma'am. Settle all that down. First of all, we don't do violence. That's number one. Second of all, you way too old for that. Number two. And third, you ain't about that life. She know that. I don't even know why she trying to cap in front of whoever this is.
She loves peddling.
She loves what?
Peddling conspiratorial.
Where is all this violence coming from? Roseanne is close with all of these military contacts, and now she wants to punch Candace Owens in the face.
Right.
You might think all of this is crazy, but I hope that you realize that there are people out there who talk openly about the military overthrowing the U.S. government.
Like who?
Business owners and salespeople, if you want to experience massive confidence and quickly break through to the next level, the quickest, most effective way to get there is by programming your subconscious mind using hypnosis. Now, if you're somebody...
Let's check out these stats real quick. Give me a second. Move out the way. Let's check out these stats real quick. 191,108 views in the last 17,000 hours. Get out of the way, please, so I can see 37,000 likes.
Wants to experience supreme confidence in yourself, this Saturday I'm doing a free live hypnosis session where I'm...
When I was in D.C. a few months ago...
What is this Alex Jones?
With the Justice Department, I went out and did some live streams. People saw these, millions of views, at the monument everywhere. And I would have the National Guard come over, and when we turned the cameras off, they would talk to us, and it was every National Guard group. I talked to 6 or 7 groups, and I was there for 3 days. Men and women, old and young, Hispanic, black, white, all of them said, we're listeners. We've already been told by our commanders that the Democrats are planning an uprising and a civil war. We know this. We're just being soft deployed ahead of what's coming. That is the enlisted lowest level. So the Democrats better know your dog ain't hunting. I mean, the military gets it, at least at the enlisted level.
That is Alex Jones. Alex Jones loves conspiracy theories.
Yeah, there it is, the gay bomb. Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what they're... What do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. And I'm not saying people didn't naturally have homosexual feelings. I'm not even getting into it, quite frankly. I mean, give me a break. You think I'm like shocked by it, so I'm up here bashing it because I don't like gay people? I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap. I'm sick of being social engineered. It's not funny.
There has never been a conspiracy theory that Alex Jones does not like. Until the Charlie Kirk murder. For the first time that I'm aware of, Alex Jones has come out and said that everyone should just trust the government.
It's a black hole. Candace, I'm worried about you. I care about you. And you're only digging the hole deeper. Most people 3 weeks ago agreed with you because there are a lot of questions about Charlie that needs to be investigated. Okay? And it exploded your show. It was already huge. Okay? Now most people think you've gone crazy.
I find this reaction very strange. Alex Jones is taking the government side. This has convinced me, more than anything else, that something is going on here. And just like Roseanne Barr, Alex Jones has high-level contacts with the military.
I've had some high-level folks in Army Special Operations call me 2 days ago saying that they're getting major intel that there are hit teams out with a high priority to kill me and others.
I want you to consider how bizarre this is.
He sounds scared. Sound like he was spooked and nervous. Sound like he flipped the script on all that conspiracy stuff that he was peddling. Womp womp.
I've had some high-level folks in Army Special Operations call me about threats on his life.
Fat nigger, hello. Come on now with that last name.
He didn't get a call from the police or the FBI. He got a call from someone high up at Army Special Operations. That is strange. That does not usually happen. What kind of relationship does Alex Jones have with the military where he gets these one-on-one communications? I think it is worth revisiting QAnon. This is something that happened. We don't know all the details, we don't know who was behind it, but QAnon did happen. Between 2017 and 2020, leading up to the election between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, someone using the codename Q began posting information online. They used the name Q because they claimed to have a Q-level security clearance, which is the top secret clearance used by the Department of Energy. The best explanation I have heard of QAnon was from Jacob Chansley, who became known as the QAnon shaman.
I don't know what QAnon is. All I know about QAnon is they say you're a QAnon person, and they say that QAnon's a right-wing thing, and the only time I ever hear about it is on CNN.
Let's break this down.
We definitely remember him January 6th.
Is a psychological operation. In order for mass formation hypnosis to occur, that 25 to 30% of the population has to gain some sort of heightened level of radicalism where they scream the loudest and then they get a hold of the levers of power. Right? Now, when it comes down to stopping this process from happening, all you need is 5% or more of the population to not become hypnotized and say, no, this is ludicrous, you are nuts, we are not doing that. Now, we've seen the effects of mass formation hypnosis, critical factor bypass, and neurolinguistic programming in Nazi Germany. We saw it with the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia and the USSR. We saw it in the Red Revolution in China and the Chinese Communist Party, okay? So we've seen the effects of this process, and it is psychological warfare.
What he is saying is that he believes that QAnon was a reaction to Operation Mockingbird. Operation Mockingbird is well documented. We know it existed. It was a CIA program to influence the U.S. mainstream media. In 2013, Obama signed a law called the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act. Within the scope of normal CIA operations, they create propaganda materials for foreign countries. This new law removed restrictions so that the U.S. government could now share these materials with the U.S. media. People will criticize this claim by saying that we don't know for sure if the CIA is doing this. And that is true. We have no idea what the CIA is doing. I cannot point to any specific examples of people at ABC or CBS who are spewing government propaganda. But it is in the law. You can go read it for yourself. We just don't know to what extent it is happening.
So Q is this person who's posting questions.
I don't think it's a person. I think it's a group.
So Q is a group that's posting questions on fora like 4chan or this other one. Akun. And you're saying that is a psyop from the highest levels of government.
Or I would say most likely highest levels of the military.
Okay.
Because military intelligence and the intelligence community tend to work together.
Sure.
Wow.
Give me a minute and you'll stop using liquid laundry detergent forever. Have you ever wondered why your laundry detergent's always that weird blue
Did
or...
you get charged? And then Donald Trump had pardoned him. Child tried to pardon him, and he was like, nope. I ain't never seen nobody what's the word I'm looking for? Decline a pardon. That's crazy. I remember him from January 6th. Then remember, Donald Trump had tried to pardon everybody. And not everybody, but he, and look, he was one of them. He tried to pardon him. And he was like, no. I was like, damn. He wasn't the only one. There was a few people that came out and was like, I don't want your pardon. Now, I don't know when this interview took place, but it is quite interesting.
What led me to that conclusion is the numerical code in the Q drops themselves.
Okay.
And the gap code between the time that Trump would tweet something and Q would do a Q drop.
The gap code, the gap time.
And what is called the Q clock. What the Q drops were doing was very, very similar to the way military intelligence communicates. And this is how it is that you're able to communicate a message in plain sight without the enemy knowing what exactly it is that you're saying, because it's all encrypted, it's all encoded.
This is the story of QAnon.
Okay.
The CIA was using Project Mockingbird. They were feeding propaganda to the media in an attempt to influence the election for Joe Biden.
Okay.
Military intelligence responded with QAnon to try and influence the election for Donald Trump. These were competing psychological operations aimed at the American people, allegedly.
Ooh.
We all know what happened in 2020.
Sure.
The mainstream media announced Joe Biden was the winner of the 2020 presidential election.
Wow.
The people listening to QAnon believed the election was stolen. This resulted in the protests at the Capitol. What I am saying is that I believe that all of this was orchestrated by the intelligence agencies, and we, the American people, are the victims. If you do not believe me, let me remind you of something.
Ooh.
There is roughly 2 months between Election Day in November and when the new president takes office in January.
Right.
During this period, Donald Trump made very few public appearances. In fact, in 2 months, he only made 5 public appearances. One of those appearances was to go to West Point for the Army football game on December 12th, 2020. This is very interesting in hindsight, given what we know. I want you to watch this footage and tell me what you see.
Okay.
Does this look like a man who was just defeated in an election? Because it looks to me that this is Donald Trump telling the Army that no matter who is in the White House, that he is still the Army's president for the next 4 years.
Uh-oh.
What do you think? Because I think that it is telling that out of the few public appearances that Trump makes, he decides to go to the Army football game. And then we saw what happened during Joe Biden's inauguration. They brought in the National Guard to lock down Washington, D.C. And as Joe Biden's motorcade was driving through the city, large numbers of the military were turning their backs to the president's car.
Wow. Seeing that or hearing about that. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't even
Now, when this video started going viral, a spokesperson for the National Guard released an official statement saying that the troops were not turning their backs in protest. These National Guardsmen were on duty with a mission to protect the president against potential threats. Some are facing out to ensure the safety of all. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. if there is anyone who knows about the military, do these soldiers look like they are facing away because they are looking for danger? Now I know that people are going to criticize me in this video for getting into conspiracies.
Sure.
But I don't think I'm saying anything that is too far-fetched. 1, the military convinced Donald Trump to run for president.
Okay.
2, there's infighting among intelligence agencies.
Interesting.
3, people within the military wanted to influence the election.
Interesting.
4, Charlie Kirk and Tyler Boyer have a strange photo flashing hand signs. 5, there is evidence Turning Point was violating election laws. 6, there is evidence of financial irregularities at Turning Point. 7, Turning Point has multiple employees with connections to Fort Huachuca.
Right.
And 8, Fort Huachuca is the U.S. Army Intelligence Center of Excellence.
Thanks.
This is the definition of a conspiracy.
Oh.
The only question is, how far did this conspiracy go? Did the military actually break the law to try to influence the election for Donald Trump? Now, with all of this in mind, let us revisit what happened on the day that Charlie Kirk was murdered.
Oh no. Do we have to? 95%. Do we have to? I'm just asking, like, do we have to though? I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna clean up my area, because obviously I've been eating. And I have some pistachios left over. I'm gonna obviously need some more water for that. So therefore, that gives me an opportunity to grab another bottle of water while I am headed up there to the kitchen. Take my little trash with me here. Stretch my legs. I can't believe I have some more pistachios left. Oh, goodness, I forgot. In the closet. Then I'm gonna use my iPad. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay. Look, I done cut my camera off. Or the so funny. Oh no, I'm bad. So funny.
I'm going to show you 3 things that most people have missed.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 1, the van.
Man, I ain't heard about that van, that random van that was back then. Remember we had watched that like a while ago. Somebody had talked about that van and how somebody could have shot out of the back.
On the day of the shooting, there was a black van pulled up right behind Charlie Kirk's tent.
Yeah.
This is a breakdown given by a small YouTuber, Algiest Nydream.
And then it's Kirk himself who starts the countdown by tipping his nose. The trunk opens, Turk confirms by tipping his cap in his ear, and the bodyguard also gives his affirmative signal.
I'm going to freeze this frame. I'm not going to show the actual shooting because this is on YouTube.
Sure.
But this is the moment right before the shot happens. In the background, you see the black van.
Okay.
Someone opened the back of this van moments before the shooting happened.
Right.
Then we also see the bodyguard, Dan Flood, doing some kind of hand sign right before the shooting happens. Now let us go right after the shooting.
In the meantime, they also close the trunk to hide its content from the spectators fleeing the stands. 19 seconds after the shot, we can observe the trunk closed.
19 seconds after the shot,
Bob told us that they were going to test the alien craft that night.
the trunk is closed.
Shout out to that Chrysler Pacifica. She's like a spaceship on the inside.
Excuse me?
19?
Am I the only person who finds this suspicious?
No.
So there's a shooting going on, and someone who had just opened the trunk says to themselves, while everyone is running for cover, I'm going to shut the trunk of my van. I find this extremely suspicious. Number 2, the audio.
What audio?
This same YouTuber took audio from the different camera angles and used it to triangulate the trajectory of the bullet.
I looked at all the clips that had a good enough quality to analyze them with the software Audacity. Then I calculated the angles, distance,
Spreadsheet is crazy.
and Craig thumb deltas.
According to his calculations, the bullet from the top of the Losi Center could not have hit Charlie Kirk, but in fact seems to be traveling straight towards the back of the van. This analysis has been repeated by multiple people. Here's another small YouTuber, Jordan Henshaw, who performs the same calculations in a graphic simulation.
Okay, so this software is basically doing exactly what Algiest did, only it's in real time.
Okay, here's the tent where Charlie Kirk is at.
Right.
Here is the van.
Right.
As I drag the little crosshairs right there, it is computing the error between predicted values and actual measured values for Charlie Kirk shot versus the van shot. Doing this in real time, and over here on the right, you can see the amount of error. And over here, this is simulating the Mach cone visually in 3 dimensions. And what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the Mach cone to hit the camera or the microphone. Then I say set crack, and then I wait for it to hit, then I wait for the thump sphere to hit the microphone, and I say set thump.
So according to this, someone opened the back of the van, someone shot into the back of the van from the top of the Losi Center, and then they closed the trunk. That leaves the question, what happened to Charlie Kirk?
Right.
According to the audio, it is not possible for Tyler Robinson to have shot Charlie Kirk. Now, these YouTubers are speculating that the death was faked, but I think it is more sinister than that. There was way too many people who wanted to seize control of Turning Point. Number 3, Brown Shirt Man. There was a man in the crowd I'm going to call Brown Shirt Man. I want to give credit to all the internet sleuths who have been talking about this. I want to especially thank an internet sleuth named Jeff Renz for putting a lot of this information together. And also thank you to another internet sleuth, Dave from Kansas, for helping me research this. Also, I have to give credit to journalist Stu Peters, who's one of the first people to talk about Brown Shirt Man. Here is another angle of the shooting.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
I am blacking out Charlie Kirk. This is the moment of the gunshot. Who is this guy? My understanding is that this is someone named Rick Cutler. I have not seen this man in video of other Charlie Kirk events, so it appears that he is a new member of the security team. But if he is in security, why would he be stationed behind the barriers? Am I the only person who thinks this is suspicious? He's wearing a brown shirt. I would say he's 30 to 40 years old. He looks like a military guy. You know how people in the military have a certain look? Brown shirt man looks like a military guy. Here's another close-up of the brown shirt man from the event. You can see he has a unique tattoo on his arm. This person right here is Frank Turek, who is a pastor who works with TPUSA Faith. A lot of people have been wondering why he's holding his cell phone this way. Frank Turek claims he was on FaceTime. This does not look like a FaceTime call to me. This looks like he is recording video footage. These are 3 angles. Just so you can understand where Frank Turek is. Frank Turek is pointing his cell phone camera directly at Brown Shirt Man. So I started looking more closely at Brown Shirt Man. Something that strikes me as odd are these sunglasses. These are massive, bulky sunglasses. I realize that military men tend to like to wear large aviator-style sunglasses. But even for aviator sunglasses, these are pretty bulky. The lenses are big, the frames themselves are really bulky. I bring this up because one thing you would want in a high-profile assassination is a laser sight on your gun to make sure you do not miss the target. One thing that militaries use is infrared lasers. These are lasers that are invisible to the human eye, but can be seen when viewed through IR glasses. Now, normally, IR glasses are massive goggles. But this is something that we know DARPA has been working on. DARPA is the top secret research and development group for the US military. They've been working on something called the Envision program. These would be normal-looking sunglasses that can see IR lasers even in full sunlight. Here's what it would look like. You can see the laser sight here. So someone could aim their laser sight at Charlie Kirk's neck, and no one would be able to see the laser except for the person wearing the special sunglasses. I think these sunglasses look very suspicious, and someone should inspect them. If we continue to watch Brown Shirt Man, I also find the way that he is standing very strange. Who stands this way? If you were at the front row of an event, would you stand like this? It looks like he's bracing himself with one hand on the barrier and then using his arm to steady his other hand. If we zoom into a close-up of his hand, his fingers are spread slightly apart, and it looks like something is poking through his fingers. The thing poking through his fingers is aimed in a direct line to the bullet hole in Charlie Kirk's neck. Does anyone find this suspicious? Something that assassins are known to use is called a palm pistol. This is a small circular item you can hold in the palm of your hand. You would let the barrel of the gun poke out through your fingers, just like what we see with Brown Shirt Man. And you fire the gun by twitching your hand because your palm activates the trigger. I have to say that people have other theories as well. Some people suspect that the twitch of this man's hand is not pulling a trigger mechanism, but instead detonating an explosive device in Charlie Kirk's lapel microphone. But with either theory, people are starting to notice that the movements of Brown Shirt Man look suspicious. If you still do not believe me, take a look at this.
Is every person who works at a desk doomed to get a neck hump? Not if you do this thing. I always thought that the weird neck hump was something that happened.
5 minutes before the shot happens, Brown Shirt Man gives a hand signal.
Here you have the shooter signaling to someone else saying, 5 minutes until the shot. And look carefully who is watching the signal. Watch again. Here the man in the blue shirt turns on his video glasses. I only know this because I have the same glasses. A minute later, he signals 4-minute mark.
So Brown Shirt Man is counting down to the shot. He signals 5 minutes, 4 minutes, then gets into position where he raises his hand to his arm. Am I the only person who finds this suspicious? Come on, people. He's literally counting down 5 minutes before the shot takes place. Dan Flood does the final hand signal, the van trunk opens, the shot goes off, and Charlie Kirk falls down. Then after the shot, Brown Shirt Man runs over to Charlie Kirk and kneels down next to Brian Harpole. They carry Charlie Kirk's body into a nearby SUV. Do you notice anything strange about this photo?
Okay, give me a second. Let me see. There's so much going on. What is that in his back pocket? This is a very difficult. This is a very difficult photo to look at, but let's push through. It's the first time I done seen blood. And it looked like that's on Charlie's hands. Maybe. It looks like it. I don't know. There's something in his pocket. I don't know what that is, but he got something. Everybody look like they got something in their pockets. He got a whole water bottle or what. I'm trying to figure out if this is Charlie's hand. It gotta be, right? Because everybody else is holding him up. It's the first time I've seen blood. Let me let him finish.
The back pocket of Brown Shirt Man, we see the shape of what looks exactly like a palm pistol. Does anybody find this suspicious? Can the Brown Shirt Man please explain what was in his pocket?
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily... It's not given... I don't... It don't look the same. Remember, because this needs to have like a sort of a... And I don't see that kind of anywhere.
Because it looks like to me, like he has the outline of the murder weapon in his back pocket. Now, to be clear, I cannot say for sure that Brown Shirt Man murdered Charlie Kirk. This is all circumstantial evidence. I'm trying to figure this out from the limited video footage we have because the police is not investigating this. There are other people with credible theories about what happened that day. For instance, another investigator, Baron Coleman, does not believe the palm gun theory, and he thinks some form of electrocution was used.
Electrocution?
We do not have all the details, and I am still open to other explanations about what happened. But my opinion, even if we don't have all the facts figured out, this looks like a full-scale military operation.
Candace said that day one. She said it day one. I'm talking about, technically it was like day two because she didn't come on that exact same day. So it was technically the day after. Go back and watch that episode. She was just like, this is giving military. Like, something about it is just... And then she went down this rabbit hole. And every rabbit hole had, like, you know, a side entrance, back alley.
We need a full investigation.
Right. 6 months later, here we go. 6 months later, here we go. Still on their neck about that Charlie.
We need congressional hearings. One of the questions everyone keeps asking is why Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, is not investigating any of these leads. Why isn't he looking into Brown Shirt Man? Why isn't he investigating Turning Point? Why isn't he looking into Fort Huachuca? I believe he's ignoring all of these leads because if he starts looking into any of them, it will reveal that this is part of an ongoing military operation to interfere with U.S. elections and benefit Donald Trump. That is why we are not getting justice. This looks like it has been going on all the way back to that photo in 2017 with Charlie Kirk and Tyler Boyer. Republicans liked this idea of QAnon because it made them feel like the military was going to help them win the election. But the idea was that once Trump took power, he was going to dismantle big government and give the power back to the people. That is not what happened. It looks like he wants even more power. This escalated from 0 to 100 miles per hour really quick. And now we're having assassinations. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. I do not want the intelligence agencies to interfere with our elections. I don't want the CIA involved. I don't want military intelligence involved. Elections should be decided by the people. Now, I would suspect that Donald Trump probably is not aware of everything that is going on. It is common for intelligence agencies to keep the president in the dark sometimes. But if Donald Trump is innocent, he needs to go down to Fort Huachuca and clean up this mess. Because it looks like to me like Charlie Kirk was murdered and it was not done by Tyler Robinson. I just want to end with this. I am exposing some very powerful people. Please share this video with a friend and help get this information out there. And if something happens to me, just know that I did not commit suicide.
Amen.
Now I want to hear from you. Do you agree with my working theory? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. If you want to support independent journalism like this channel, consider signing up for a membership on my website, wolvesandfinance.com. For $6 a month, your support helps me to keep making these videos. Thank you to everyone who has signed up. I'm Zach from Wolves and Finance. Thank you for watching.
I ain't gonna knock no theory now. I'm gonna hear it, especially when it comes to that Charlie. Especially when it comes to that Charlie. I'm gonna hear a little theory now. Just because, hey, let me see. I can't fathom what's going on here. It's just let me get out of here because I don't want to jump down no more rabbit holes. It's enough rabbit holes for me. But let me see what's going on, because I have to go and see real quick. You know, Nicholas, he over here on Vlad. And, let me see.
But, you know, this is a violent life. It wasn't just El Mencho who got taken out. It was, 8 of his security detail that died along with him.
Yeah.
And right after he passed, his second in command put the word out and was like, yo, I'm offering $1,000 a head for any military. And all of the narcos, they just went crazy in the street, burning cars, burning buildings. And I think they killed something like 25 servicemen in the process.
Real? I thought they were just burning stuff down.
No, them boys was trying to get that money.
That's what's being reported. I think they probably, some more violence occurred than what we're being seen. I think the cartel, I don't think the cartel, they play by one regular rules. They almost act like the Afghans and the Iraqis. Like it's some certain cases they do, like the beheadings.
In which way?
The beheadings, the torture, shit like that. They behave a lot like that. Yeah.
In your opinion, do you ever think that these narcos, these cartels will ever be out of the picture, or are they just here to stay? One guy, because El Mencho was number one.
Yeah.
Within literally less than a day, somebody else went to the top of that list.
My whole career, my whole career was like that though. You would kill the number one guy here, number one guy here, and like literally that next day, another one will pop up. That's why you get endless wars. But I don't think the cartel is ever going to be out of the picture because drugs are never going to be out the picture.
Exactly.
People are always going to want a way to escape something by whatever means they see fit. And it just happens to be a lot of people indulge in the drugs that they supply. It's too much money to be made, and they're not the only ones doing it. I think the U.S. is involved with it too, trafficking.
Obviously.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's, you know, a big part of you know, Freeway Ricky Ross story.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything he went through and that whole Iran-Contra scandal.
Yep.
It's crazy. But, you know, part of the reason that these cartels will never go away. Did you by any chance catch that leaked phone call that El Mencho had with one of the law
police guys? Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. It's a funny ass phone call.
Delta 1. Hey, ¿quién habla? Mira bien, hijo de tu puta madre. Soy Mencho, güey. Relaja tu puta gente a la verga. Soy Mencho, güey. Relaja tus putas partidas, si no te voy a partir tu madre a toda tu bola de perros. Te tengo identificado 30 güeyes. Hasta tus putos perros te voy a matar si no te relajas, güey. Revíremeles a todos los hijos de su puta madre, porque todos agarran dinero y son buenos de puercos. Órale pues, Melón, ahí les quiero eso, que se relajen a la verga. Sí, señor, usted me conoce, usted sabe que hay respeto y hay ilusión. Ahora pues, ahí le encargo. Ándale, sí. Ahí, relájenmelos a todos, dígale que va de parte mía. Claro que sí. Ya está. Ándale.
That's funny.
Wow. He was talking to him like that?
Yo.
Told me, get these.
This dude.
Yeah. Get him off his ass. I'm coming after you and your family. Yeah. Leave your phone on. Another grown man telling you, you better be a man. That's some power.
Nah, but you know why it's power though?
Why?
Because he said in the call, y'all don't have a problem taking my money.
Oh yeah, yep.
That whole system, they're getting paid.
Yep.
So while they out there fighting, fighting crime, and they on the war against drugs, they all on the payroll. So he's sunning this dude.
Yep.
And he feel like, yo, I'm in the right. I got y'all on payroll.
I mean, but he would be
so
right.
So y'all better stand down.
He is right though. If I'm literally, I'm your boss, I'm paying you. Like you better do you gotta do what I say. I mean, they're all in the same game together. So it's like, how are you coming after me? How are you mad at me? We're all in the same game together. So yeah. I mean, he had every right to kind of be pissed off, and he was technically right. He's like, I pay your salary. Leave me alone. Yeah. That's a tough life.
And that's what he was saying.
It's a tough life. And then you get killed by the guys that you had on payroll.
Exactly.
That's savagery.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's really at the heart of it, what their issue is. Because they look at it like, yo, this is hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Y'all,
exactly.
You taking my money.
Right.
But
you turn around and assassinate me.
For optics, you want to act like, you have this war against drugs, and now you're in cahoots with the Americans and President Trump. So they pissed off.
That means they was probably getting paid more. Who knows? Whoever it's like mercenary work. Whoever's going to pay me the most, or pay you the most, that's who I'm working for. That's who mercenary work.
You think you're fine after a car accident until this happens. Most people.
That is insane. But it does make sense. So you can't really, knock them, to be quite honest. Because it just does make sense. And it's obviously unfortunate. But what was that? Luke, okay. I'm finna get out of here. I'm not gonna jump down any more rabbit holes. I had thought about that. I was like, man, I remember when I had discovered that I could use like the pictures on the background. So it be them YouTube edits, honey, that I be trying to remember to use. I just try to go live when I can. I know how it is. Over here in these YouTube streets, you know, you climb that ladder. But I did remember, it was late, obviously, the last 5-10 minutes that I remember, like, oh, I can't do the look. But remember, it's the picture. You have to have the picture already, like, a part of the, because you can't, like, go and add nothing. Let me see. Yeah, like, you can't go out and add no picture. It has to already be, like, within your gallery, your YouTube gallery and stuff like that. As an added picture, you can't, like. And so I just didn't think about it until now. But that's obviously, like, the thumbnail and stuff like that. Look, I haven't fixed the chair. In the meantime, I'm going to get on up out of here. Tomorrow is Monday. And so, we're going to see. We're going to see. Because remember, we got to get all the way to Thursday for Drewski. Candace will be here. She'll be here tomorrow. God's will. And so, I feel like if Candace is going to be here, we might as well go ahead and push through. And then that way I can chill for the weekend. But in the meantime, in between time, I got you some little live streaming time today.